Oh, nearly forgot that then. Good evening and welcome to Weather Fans Live while I stick my thumb in front of the screen. How are we all doing? It's just me tonight. God, it seems a bit weird seeing me on full screen there. I know we have Paul beside me here. Hope you all had a lovely week so far. We didn't bother doing a live on Sunday because literally nothing's been happening. It's been high and dry since for more than 2 weeks now. The only difference is we've had more cloud around this week, especially in the east, which we'll have a look at now actually to show the temperature difference between the east and the west. Just bear me a second while I get it onto the screen. So, yeah. Oh. Let me just do something which I've been forgetting recently. We've got our first comment of the evening. Evening, Andy. I hope you're well. So what we got on the screen there is the temperatures at the moment as of 7:38 this evening. And currently, maximum temperature of 24 degrees. That's an airport in the Republic of Ireland. So as you can see, with these oranges, it's actually warmer the further west you are at the moment. So across Ireland with 24. Connaught at 21. Sligo Airport at 16. Loch Fee, I'm guessing that's at 18. And Glenelg at 17. So if one let's go across to England and Wales, Plymouth at 20 degrees as of half an hour ago. Hereford at 18. Southampton at 18. Shoreham Airport at 17. As we head further towards the northeast, London City at 17. Wellingsbourne at 14. Cosford, there's no temperature for that, so I can't show you that. Temperature at Shawbury at 16 degrees. But where we've had all this cloud, temperature's been a lot lower. Marham at 12 degrees. RAF Coningsby at 12 degrees. I'm guessing stuck underneath that cloud. Weybourne at 12 degrees. Lincolnfield at 11. Bridlington at 12. Loftus at 10. Let's go to Scotland. Aberdeen at 11. Then as we head further west, Avonmore at 14. Then Western Scotland has been updated since mid-afternoon. Let's try one of these across here. Southwest, 13 degrees. And that's just been updated actually now as we're live. So temperatures have changed actually. Let's see if there's any difference there. Shannon still at 23. Birmingham Airport at 14. So yeah, so perhaps a degree or two less. 11 degree at Lincolnfield. Let's try again. Aberdeen at 11. Tulloch Bridge at 18. For some reason, some of these haven't been updating actually. Prestwick Airport 17, but we've got some warmer spots here. It was 19 degrees earlier on. I think parts of Western Scotland have been a bit quite warm as well today. But as you can see, west has been best for the warmer weather. Let me actually get the satellite image up. Just bear with me a second. Let me just show. Let's share this tab instead. So show how in. Show where this cloud is at the minute. Message from Andy there. Had enough of this returning winter breezes. Obviously, been in Scunny getting that sea off the North Sea. Getting the breeze off the North Sea. Certainly hasn't felt 12 or 13 degrees. So let's have a closer look at the satellite imagery. Let's see if I can click into the UK. So what's holding the temperatures back is this cloud off the North Sea. starts to come back in again in the last few hours. So it came away from like parts of the Midlands, then all of a sudden more cloud starts to come in again. I noticed that actually on my lunch break. I was like, oh, blue sky, finished work. Where's that bloody sun gone? So you can see how extensive this cloud is. It's just coming off this North Sea at the moment, which has been doing much of the week, really. You'll certainly know about it if you live in eastern areas. And behind that is actually some clearer air, so I'm quite optimistic, really. We should start seeing a bit more sunshine especially in the next day or so. So there's that misery of cloud coming off the North Sea. If I said the further west you've been, especially over across Ireland as well, I'm guessing it's been more or less towards sunshine. As I said, for likes of myself here in the Midlands, I'm more or less around about the Birmingham area. We've had quite a lot of cloud this week, like most places, especially down this eastern side. Right, let's move on to the next thing. I want to have a look at something that across the Atlantic at the minute, because being the 1st of June, today is actually the first day of the Atlantic hurricane season, and we do have something to show you, actually. Let's go across to the National Hurricane Center, and what we see is this red X in the Gulf of Mexico. When I looked at this last night, it was only a 10% chance of forming, and that's got about 60% in the last 24 hours. So I'll just move that screen up a little bit so I can read what's happening. It says 70% chance of cyclone formation in the next 48 hours. This says that's 2 p.m. Eastern time in America. So if they're about 5 hours behind, so that'll probably maybe from 7 p.m. our time, so probably in the last hour and a quarter. And I've got here recent satellite wind data along with a buoy and ship observations indicate the area of low pressure over the northeastern Gulf of Mexico has a broad but well-defined circulation with maximum sustained winds of about 35 miles an hour. Shower and thunderstorm activity associated with the low is also showing signs of organization. Environmental conditions remain marginally favorable for additional development, and if these trends continue, a short-lived tropical depression or storm is likely to form as soon as this afternoon. The system is likely to meander over northeastern Gulf of Mexico through tonight, but begin a slow southward motion on Friday. By this weekend, the environmental conditions are forecast to become unfavorable for additional development as the system continues moving southward, likely remaining offshore off the Gulf of Mexico. An Air Force Reserve Hurricane Hunter aircraft is scheduled to investigate the system later this afternoon. Regardless of development, locally heavy rainfall could occur over portions of Florida Peninsula through this weekend. Additional information on the rainfall and flooding potential can be found in products issued by your local National Weather Service forecast office, and excessive rainfall outlooks issued by the Weather Prediction Center. So the formation chance over the next 48 hours and 7 days is both at 70%. So we could have something by the end of tonight, or maybe as early as, or probably tomorrow morning. But something to keep an eye on there. So they expect to stay offshore. So we could have our first potential tropical depression or tropical storm of the hurricane season, which, as I said, started today, yeah. So on the first day, we could have our first storm. Let's have a look at the Eastern Pacific, see if we've got anything over that side. And we expect to see anything in the next 48 hours. And Central Pacific is the same as well. So let's move on to the next thing. As I say, it's just me tonight. Paul's not with us probably next week or so. So let's have a look at closer to home and see what's going on with our weather. As you may notice, nothing's really changed at all in the last couple of weeks, and not much has changed again. The only difference is the area of high pressure is sitting to our northwest, and it is allowing a somewhat weak, perhaps decaying weather fronts to coming off the North Sea, hence why we've had a lot of cloud recently. But these, looks like this will perhaps move away, and we should start seeing a lot more sunshine across, especially across eastern areas, in the next 24 to 48 hours. And going into Saturday lunchtime, not much has changed at all still. High pressure still dominant to our northwest. Slack airflow, and if you're not under any cloud, it will feel quite pleasant with temperatures into the high teens, low 20s. And having a look further afield across the Med, we've got this convergence line or trough, perhaps just touching North Africa. That could bring in some showers, perhaps for parts of Iberia, well, for Spain and the Balearics, maybe Sardinia as well. And there's a little feature there towards the east. Looking at that with my head twisted, looks like towards Turkey down there. It's about 4 to 60 hours, which takes us to midnight on Sunday. Again, nothing's changed. High pressure sat towards our northwest. A few troughs sitting across the Med. We've got this little feature across parts of France, which could give them some heavy showers, maybe thunderstorms. And through midday onto Sunday, again, barely anything's changed. A trough there for parts of North Portugal and northern Spain, and a few little features across the Med. And always mess around during the 84 to 96 hours, so we go straight to 120. And even by Monday, high pressure is still sat towards our northwest. And I'll probably say we'll definitely see more sunshine than of late, especially in eastern areas. But nothing is shifting this high at all at the moment. We'll have a look at the GFS, see if anything of a change is on the way. Where have I gone? There we go. Near lost my page then. So I've got the latest GFS. So let's have a look at the midday run from today. We'll take a look at, so look at the sea level pressure. So there's that high anchored towards our northwest. We'll quickly run through this because it's not showing any signs of moving. It's still sitting towards our northwest. Even through into Tuesday, we've still got that high pressure sat in the same place. But we do have an area of low pressure just off Iberia there. Looks like it's trying to move northwards into this high. And this latest run actually shifts that high pressure, looks like towards a bit more towards our northeast. We're still getting that, I'll say, easterly flow there. But how close does this low come? I've not had a look at this myself as yet. And that low seems to fill in a little bit there. Just trying to move closer towards the southwest of England. And that high pressure has moved over towards Eastern Europe. And we're still getting that easterly flow, really. That could bring in some warmer off the continent. We'll have a look at the upper airs in just a moment. So at the moment, actually looking at that, we could have a bit of a southerly flow towards Sunday the 11th, which is, what are we now? About 10 days away. Yeah, roughly about 10 days away. But not bringing too much heat, because with all the unsettled weather across the Med, the likes of Spain and Portugal are not really that hot at the moment. But we seem to be on that battleground. We've got low pressure trying to move in from the sat towards our west. Bit of elongated low sat to our west. We've got high pressure sitting to our east. We've got that slack airflow to our south. So I'll have to look at the upper airs there, actually, because it's like high pressure seems to be building up from the northwest this time. Looks like we've got a bit of a northeasterly there. So that could cool things down. Not too much going on there. Seems a bit of a slack airflow. Seems to have high pressure coming in, still influencing weather coming slightly from the east, but we've got that low from the west as well. Got that another lower pressure towards our southeast. So I could bring up some showers. Let's have a look at the upper airs. Let's look at the 850s. So the 850s at the moment are plus 10. With that northeasterly still off the northeasterly, bring temps down slightly into the weekend. I wouldn't say it's desperately cold, really. With the strong June sunshine, if you're under the blue skies, it'll feel very pleasant. So let's see if there's any signs of any warmer air coming in. So we're coming into Tuesday. And it's virtually the same. But then as the week goes on, that high pressure does move towards the east. We seem to bring back that minus 10, and we're so used to doing winter there. Plus 10 isotherm coming in from the east. Nothing significant there at this stage. We've got warmer air starts to build up across Siberia there. There's your plus 20. There's that warmer air trying to move from the south. I was saying no, that seems to stick towards the Med at this stage. Then we started to get that slack northeasterly flow again. That plus 15 goes to the north of Spain on that run. And I'll bet you right at the end of the run there. So we're not seeing anything desperately cold or warm. We're probably maybe looking at average temperatures, really, like it's been recently. Let's have a look at the UK precipitation, see if there's showing any rainfall, maybe coming from the south towards the back end of next week. So for the next few days, maybe the risk of an isolated shower for parts of Scotland, Northern Ireland through Friday and Saturday. Again, that risk for Northern Ireland Sunday. England and Wales, universally dry. Still that risk of some showers there in the same place for the next few days, really. Nothing at all for England and Wales through next week. We are starting to see some heavy, possibly thunderous showers towards France there. Do they come any closer to the UK? So we're now 10 days, about 9 days ahead. That's beginning to showing some showers, perhaps breaking out towards the southwest for Saturday the 10th and into Wales. More of a risk for Sunday the 11th for western areas. Perhaps some heavy showers, maybe risk of thunder there. Then we've got that bit of instability now. Again, the risk for Monday the 12th. Then more of a risk on Tuesday the 13th. Maybe some heavy showers around. So we are showing signs of quite some showers coming into the frame as we head into beyond days 10. Will that verify, or do we stay high and dry? We'll soon see. Let's have a look at the temperatures. Let's put that straight. So today's temperatures have been suppressed by this cloud off the North Sea, looking temperature about 13, 14 degrees. We do have the sunshine, we're looking at the high teens. And in parts of Western Ireland now, up to 23, 24 degrees. We're about that prolonged sunshine away from that. Well away from the North Sea, really, so not getting into that cloud. Then Friday, looks like showing warm temperatures for much of the Midlands. It's just perhaps some of that cloud could linger on these North Sea coasts, perhaps 14 degrees. Then high teens for the parts of the Midlands, 17, 18. Northeast England could get to around about 21 degrees. And across the south, we could probably sneak a 20 down there. Then Saturday, looking at very similar temperatures. Again, some of these North Sea coasts could still be held back if there's still some of that cloud around. And again, perhaps a few degrees higher on Sunday. Then Monday, again, very similar temperatures. Not like has been recently, not much change in the temperatures. But one thing that stuck out for me there is that warmer air coming into northern France. Oh, helps if I click on that button there. It's actually warmer air coming into France there. Does any of that make any inroads into the UK? Let's have a look. As we head into Wednesday the 7th at this stage, temperatures are still very similar to what we are now. And that warm air across France doesn't look like it's coming across the channel at this stage. Until perhaps we get into Friday the 15th, Friday the 9th. There are hints of maybe 25, 26 degrees, perhaps southeast England. Got temperatures going into the 30s across France there. Do we tap into any of that hot air? And we seem to, on Saturday 10th, actually, temperatures while into the getting close to the high 20s there. Showing 27 degrees for parts of northwest England. There's a 28 down for southeast England. That could add a degree or two on top, so potentially 30 degrees for next Saturday, if it verifies. And that actually spreads across much of the UK, actually, even as far as northern Scotland could be into the mid-20s. Again, 28 degrees showing there for northwest England, and 27, 28 for southeast England. So that's definitely something to keep an eye on now, actually. Night seems like night temperature starts to pick up a little bit as well. Monday the 15th, so that's probably why we've seen all the showers break out with the heat building up during the day. Again, across the whole board, we've seen temperatures into the low to mid to high 20s. So definitely in the 20s there across all of the UK. Then also temperature lower down slightly if any of those showers do break out across the UK. Again, 20s across the board. And as we go to Thursday the 15th, at this stage, temperatures do cool down a bit, especially I think with this northeasterly wind starting to pick up once again, and that will start pegging the temperatures back into the mid to high teens. Especially away from Ireland there, where Ireland could be having a long warm spell there. And be down to cloud amounts yet again where the high temperatures are. So this current run does give us a bit of a warm spell actually from, looks like, around about Saturday the 10th. If that verifies, we'll find out this time next week. Let's bring that back to Tuesday the 5th and have stuff at the Cape and lifted. See if we've got anything there. So potentially we do have a trigger, but is there anything to lift those lovely clouds into the sky? So nothing at all for the foreseeable. Let's have a look into next weekend where those temperatures start to build up. So potential there for Saturday the 10th. Some showers, maybe possibly thundery breakout. Again, slightly for Sunday as well. Monday as well, more so across Northern Ireland. Again, risk for Tuesday the 13th. So, yeah, seems to be getting a bit unstable as we head into the second to third week of June. So at the moment, looking at for the next 10 days of dry weather. So a quick look actually at the this morning's run, see if there's any similarities of what we just seen there. Won't dwell on it too much, I'll just quickly run through this. So this is the GFS from this morning. So there's that high pressure. Does that start to move eastwards like the other one did? High pressure does start to move towards the east. We've got that instability down in the south there. Got a bit of low pressure there towards the west. Again, it's showing a bit of slackness, but that has low pressure a lot closer towards the UK there from the west at the end of the run. So I've got the upper air, see if that's bringing anything on the upper airs warming. So relatively stagnant there. Maybe a bit of warmth, which we've seen before. So that cool air does try to come down from the northwest. Then it seems to pick up a 15-degree isotherm towards the east there, right at the end of the run. So that could bring quite a lot of instability, maybe some thunderstorms. So let's take that to middle of Tuesday. So look at the temperatures, see if that's got anything significant. So even this is showing very similar to what we've been seeing recently. And the latest run has it from about Saturday where we could pick up some warm, I'll say very warm air. So not shown as much on this morning's run compared to what we just saw. That's giving it just for southeastern areas at this stage. So not as widespread as the other run there until we get to right at the very end of the model run. Let's have a look at the precipitation. So again, this does start to bring a bit of instability there towards next Friday. So I can have some showers developing off perhaps North Norfolk there on Friday the 9th. Just some showers there. These showers are not as widespread at first compared to the latest run. But that has more of a feature coming in from the northwest compared to the latest run. It's there from the south. Could that be heavy with risk of thunder? Or I'll look in a second. But then things do come up from the south there, which could bring a spell of heavy rain, maybe thunderstorms. So let's head back to Wednesday the 7th. Have a look at the Cape and Lifted. So nothing at all, and maybe a hint of something there for Friday the 9th. Then Saturday the 10th. It's not showing anything at all compared to the latest run. Very little on Sunday the 11th. Then potentially something there on Monday the 12th. A lot of pretty colours across France there on Tuesday the 13th. Even across southeastern areas looks quite interesting there. And a little bit for Wednesday the 14th. A little bit again for Thursday the 15th. That's when we start seeing the southerly flow. Friday the 16th looks a lot better in terms of potential for some thunderstorms. But it's showing slightly different compared to the latest run. That does bring a feature down from the north first before things come up from the south. But with the latest run, doesn't bring anything down from the north at all. It all comes up from the south. So we'll look at the GFS ensembles. Let's take a look at the. So we've got the West Midlands, Central England. That's not what I want. Look at the average temperatures. So these are the different ensembles. So for the West Midlands, temperatures around about temperatures slightly rising as we head towards the end of the first week of June, come up to the 20s. Then there's that risk of some warmer weather coming in with 25, 26 degrees there for the 12th of June. And there's a bit of scatter there as we head towards the second week of June. One or two members have that up to 26 degrees. Let's pick another location. Let's head somewhere south. So look at the usual spot of London. This has temperatures a few degrees higher than we just saw there. Then let's head further north. And we've got Greater Manchester. Let's have a look at Lancashire then. Northwest. Not as high there. Temperatures approach up to 22 there for the 12th of June. Let's go across to Yorkshire. See if they've got still affected by that North Sea. Or West Yorkshire then. Very little change actually. There's more certainty there. Temperatures will struggle to get into the 20s there for West Yorkshire. Just about a second. What's going on here with my mouse? Had in mind of its own then. Let's have a look at Aberdeenshire on the northeast coast. Yeah, temperatures seem to be slightly rising, especially towards the second week of June. Let's go back to the West Midlands and have a look at the other features. So let's look at the air pressure. So high pressure is still in control throughout. And we've got a bit of a dip here down to 1,000, so a hint of perhaps low pressure coming in there, but that's an out layer. Got another one slightly higher. But looking at how definitely high pressure, well in charge. And there's a bit of uncertainty as we're going to the second week of June there. So we've got the precipitation. And virtually dry. Then maybe the second week of June, there's the risk of some of those showers, potentially thundery. Let's pick another location actually for this. Let's have a look towards Surrey down the southeast. Again, the risk of some showers. So virtually universally dry up to the end of the second week of June. Got a few spikes there, indicate some heavy showers. Let's go down into Cornwall, down the southwest. See if there's anything coming up down there. Again, this has a little bit sooner, around about the 10th, where we could see some showers coming up from the south. So look at Aberdeenshire. There's the risk of perhaps one or two showers for Scotland during the weekend. We start to see a few more spikes there towards the second week of June. Let's have a look back at Lancashire again, northwest. We are seeing a few spikes there, perhaps potentially for perhaps a heavy downpour there, maybe for 15th of June. And if everything does come up from the south, the Isle of Wight will be one of the first places. So again, we're looking at around about the 10th of June and beyond, where we'll perhaps start seeing things start to break down. So for the next at least 9 to 10 days, we're looking at universally dry weather. Then it could have a breakdown towards next weekend. So let's stop the sharing there. Let's have a look at the comments. And it's just been me and Andy, as I was like tonight. First rain during a week tomorrow with lightning here, according to one app. As we saw there's a bit of uncertainties there, but especially between the two model runs from this morning and from lunchtime. I forgot what I was going to say then. So yeah, looking at it in general, it's literally the case of high and dry. Where that high pressure goes, will it continue head westwards, or will it actually head towards the east, which we are starting to see signs of? And it stays dry. Cloud amounts will be vital to see if temperature will be into the mid to high teens, or perhaps even the low 20s. Could we tap into that warm air across parts of Europe, send temperatures into the mid 20s and above? We need to keep an eye on that close to the time. Could have a bit of an update on that on Sunday. And the signs of perhaps a breakdown in about 10 days' time, but that high pressure could keep firm and not move at all, and could be like this for another few weeks. We don't know yet. But there starts to see signs of perhaps a change in around about 10 to 14 days. Will it be a band of rain, or will it be some heavy thundery showers? Time will tell as we move close to the time. Thank you for watching, and we will be back again. I'll be back again on Sunday from around 8 p.m. And I think that's me done now. So, yeah, high and dry. Hopefully, we're just going to see the less of that cloud from the North Sea. See a lot more sunshine. So I hope you all take care. And the comments just popped up there. So look, cheers, Michael from Andy. Thank you for watching. And we'll see you Sunday. Thanks for watching. Draw for now.